What's up, buttercups? Pick a deck. Pick a deck. Okay. And if you picked this deck, then this is your reading. Okay. Let's see. What does the people before me need to know? What does the collective need to know? A couple of them fell on the floor. All right. Let me go get them. So, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So we have somebody who's looking back at some pain that was caused, okay? They might even be the one who caused the pain. But please listen, this is like, they're looking back. Like, this is no longer, this is a situation that is just done and gone. A conflict that has already been, I mean, maybe in the other person's eyes, resolved. But for some reason, this person is really looking back and trying to, I don't know, figure things out, trying to figure out where they went wrong, or maybe trying to prove themselves right. We're reliving things in our head right now, okay? And it might have a lot to do with the fact that they just didn't have the patience, the time, the energy to really invest into whatever that situation was to begin with, okay? That caused whatever this meltdown, okay? I feel like there was a lot of ego at play and still is. Like, there still very much is. There's also this huge, like, even now, whether this is like whether this was carried with you or with them, it's from then, or if this is just the way you feel, like there's this huge sense of like defeat. Okay. Lots of being stuck in our heads with that bottom of the deck energy. And then we also had that Hierophant and that high priestess. Like, you saw her, I kept trying to tuck her back in and she's just like sticking to my hand. She's like, no. And our Hierophant is the one that fell on the floor. And they both came out in the reverse. And what I look at them is very similar cards, just masculine, feminine versions of each other. But then they also have their own specific meanings opposed to each other, right? Like the higher, they're both very spiritual cards in their own way. Okay. One's a little bit more about secrets and beyond the veil stuff. And the other one's a little bit more about structured religion and just predicticality. Is that the word? Is that a word? Whatever, you get what I'm trying to say. I know you do, okay? If this resonates, if you've made it this far, okay? It's almost like one person in this situation is losing their spirituality, whereas the other one is gaining. One person is just not listening to their intuition, whereas both parties in hand not really kind of understanding the lesson being learned here. Okay. And I think it's time to step out of the box a little bit. I mean, get out of your head and leave the past in the past. Learn from the situation and where, if you've already recognized you just didn't have the time or patience to invest, do you now? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've taken the time to reflect back on what was the issues, learn from those issues and make new goals, like take new actions and make new choices rather than trying to repeat a cycle, repeat the same things, and hoping for a new outcome, right? But there is still that huge feeling of like, again, like I feel like one person is losing in touch with their spirituality, whereas another person is gaining. And it's almost seems like an unfair trade-off. Ooh, my ear is ringing real funny when I'm saying this. 5s and 2s might be really significant. Red flowers. Our high priestess in reverse can also be significant of like things of that are hidden, sneaky things, sneaky behaviors, right? Like you really need to see like what's right before your eyes. Like take them rose colored glasses off, my peoples. Like this doesn't necessarily have to be looking at like another person, but maybe a perception on a situation. Okay? I don't know. Stop comparing the past to the present. A lot of you are doing that. Explore some new spiritual avenues. 555 on the timer when I said that. Okay? Explore some new spiritual avenues. We might find some soul tribe that way. And start listening to your intuition a little bit more. You've seen where you went wrong. You realize where the ego stepped in. Okay, if you really want that feeling of success versus defeat, make changes, you know? Make some changes, babe. Make some changes. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so through the link that's in my bio. Till then, love, peace, chicken grease. Stay positive, my friends.